Hello there. This is some feedback, a video with some feedback on TradeSkill Master or TradeSkills Master. I don't remember its exact name. Um, where is it? Can't even. Oh, I can't even see it in the Maybe it's yeah, TSM somewhere. Anyway, TradeSkills Master. Let's just say that. Um, from a new user, I mean, well, not exactly new. I've used it in the. I don't want to, I don't want to be misunderstood here. I tried it. I tried TSM in the past, and it was just the interface confused me as hell, and I found it so complex that I just thought it's not worth it. It's like it's almost like learning. I literally felt like learning TSM in order to make gold in the game was almost like learning some sort of complex accounting software to do a better job as an accountant or something. Like if I were an accountant, and I wanted to do a better job in my in my day-to-day work, I have to learn this complex piece of accounting software so I can actually learn. And I was like, that it's not worth putting that many hours to actually learn and figure out the app, to be honest. I know it's worth it for some hardcore players who want to make gold and want to get like really rich or what have you, but for me it didn't feel like it was worth it at the time. And after many years of just giving up on it really and not using it, I got into this situation where I'm trying to level up my cooking. Obviously, my interface wasn't like this. TSM basically took over everything that is related to gold and trade skills. Obviously. But anyway, I wanted to level up my cooking in Shadowlands, and I was like, okay, so now I'm faced with certain options. Which recipe should I use to level up? Yeah, and because some recipes are quite complex, as you can see, they use lots of not just the vendor recipes, but later on, not just vendor items, but later on there will be items, two items, like two different items, two different ingredients, meat and fish or something like that. And the prices of these raw materials on the auction house are different here and there. So I thought, okay, how can I basically find out the cheapest recipe to use? If I want to use a specific recipe 10 times, which one from all the available ones is going to be the cheapest for me to use? Yeah. So I thought, okay, the first thing that came to mind here is, instead of doing this with Auctionator and a calculator, step by step, I thought, okay, maybe TSM is going to help me automate this, make this much faster to figure out which recipe is going to be the cheapest for me. And I thought, okay, let me give it another go now. So I downloaded these two parts, the main add-on and the app helper from Curse, from the Curse app. And after I installed those and ran the software, the app told me that I'm missing the desktop app. So I went to the website, using my already existing account, logged in, downloaded the TradeSkills Master desktop app, and here I am. Okay, and now you can basically treat me as a new customer, or potential customer, as a new user in this case, because I haven't subscribed to premium or anything like that yet. But yeah, you can treat me as a new user, and I'm just, to be honest, I'm just confused as heck here. Like in Auctionator, for example, I remember there was like shift right clicking. Well, apparently it's working here, but yeah, in the settings, in the settings in Auctionator, I was able to go into settings and then change the settings so that I can just right click. All I have to do is I open the auction frame or whatever, I right click on something, whatever it is, I right click on something, and I can sell it. And I can see, I can also beat the other prices, or I can put my own price and so on. So I can beat the other prices by X%. So I can also specify, so in the settings I specified the percentage, 3% or whatever. And if the other prices are too high and I want to sell for much cheaper, I was able to also put my own price, and I auction very easily. It was just intuitive. I didn't need to read manuals or anything like that. But for Auctionator, yeah, right clicking didn't work, and this shift right clicking is not going to work here. So, well, shift right clicking, well, as you can see, so I'm trying to right click here, for example, but shift right clicking opens the stack thingy, which is expected. Right clicking doesn't work. How about control right clicking? Doesn't work. Alt right clicking doesn't work. I don't know, is it like, do I have to like link it or something? So shift left clicking, yeah, shift left clicking doesn't work. Shift right clicking doesn't work. Right clicking doesn't work. How do I, you know, like literally, I mean, honestly, I'm annoyed. I'm a bit annoyed now. Why do I have to watch a tutorial or a manual in order to freaking post an item on an app, you know? That's supposed to be to automate my life and make my life easier. Why can't I just literally post this thing? Why can't I sell the meat? Right clicking, shift right clicking. Okay, shift right clicking worked finally, but that's for browsing. And okay, so shift right clicking. So I mean, why does it have to be so? I mean, I'm in auctioning, the auctioning tab. Okay, now it works. Shift right clicking actually works, and but I don't know why it wasn't working before. It was just, was I like clicked somewhere outside? I don't understand, to be honest. But yeah, now I don't know why shift right clicking wasn't working, but now it's working, and I can post right now by undercutting competition. And I also had to like really look around for a bit until I could, you know, figure out that okay, this is where I can actually put my own price. But watch this. So I have living steel weapon chain here. So if I do the same thing, okay, now we're back again. I am holding down shift, I right click, I can't do the thing. I don't understand why this is happening, but it's really frustrating. Like, why do I have to press another tab to do this? Why does it stop responding when I shift right click? And where are the settings? I am clicking now, or you know, I don't know, you can hear me probably on the mic, you can hear me clicking. I am clicking on this gear icon. I can't see any settings. Why can't I change settings? Why can't I make it just right click instead of shift right? Because as you can see, shift right clicking sometimes works, but if I'm clicking here in the world, if I click here in the world and then I shift right click, it works now, but a while ago it wasn't. Yeah, here it is. When I'm in auctioning tab, I just click the auctioning tab and I hold down the shift, I right click, bam, it's not working anymore. I have to, you know, it's like stack, it's opening the stack thing. So instead of this shift right clicking, I want to be able to right click, just simply right click, bam, I can actually post something that way. That's how I want it to work. And as I said, the gear icon isn't working. It's frustrating. I don't know why the gear icon isn't working. I don't understand why. Do I have to go to interface, add-ons? I don't even know if I'm gonna find it here. It's not here. It's not here. TSM is just not here. It's not up there. There are no brackets or whatever. I don't know. So where can I find your settings? You know, why do I have to watch a tutorial in order to find your settings? I don't understand, man. But yeah, so there are no settings. I am clicking here. There is nothing happening. There are not even error messages showing up. But then another issue. Now, if this shift right clicking thing finally works, okay, I'm here. I want to edit post. As you can see, it's a ridiculous price. So this thing, regional sale average is 373 gold. I'm happy with that if I can just get rid of these things that I bought from a scammer who basically put high prices that are similar to the living steel bars. You know, some people, I don't know, I think some people are just basically very, very smart at scamming like that. They use people who are like, you know, in a hurry. So I was in a hurry. I was at some point trying to buy living steel bars, and that person put a price that is very similar to living steel bars. So I actually ended up buying, I don't know, was it like 8 or 10 or something like that from this useless thing that was at a very, very high price, at the price of living steel bar at the time. And I've been trying to get rid of them since then. So anyway, the regional price is this 373. So I want to edit post, and I try to put 373 here gold. Okay, that's it. I'm happy with this, but nothing is happening. I'm saving, and look at this. It's once again It's once again putting 8,000. Edit post. I don't know why is this not working, man. 3,7. I don't want 8,000 gold. I want it to sell for this. 1 stacks quantity. I can't change the stacks. I don't know why. Why can't I change the stacks? Why can't I change the quantity? I just want to, let's say I want to pay 1. I want to just sell 1. I can't sell 1, okay? I can't edit this. I can only edit the time. And even when I edit this to 373, but which is the regional average, and I press enter and I press save, nothing happens. It's still 8,500. Why? Why is this? Why is this so hard? Why is this piece of software so hard to use? I don't understand, man. And it's so popular. It's like it's top 20 on Curse now. I don't understand. Is it like all these people have been using it for years, so now they understand all the tricks and little nuances of the software? But seriously, why do I have to get on YouTube and watch a 1 hour tutorial so I can figure out to use simple things? I don't want anything complicated. I just want to. The only reason I installed this piece of software was to figure out the cheapest recipes that I can, that I can basically craft. I don't even want to profit. I just want to, basically save gold. That's all I want to do at this point. Something very simple, and it does, take over the I see here. It does take over the crafting interface. And I'm hoping that I can actually eventually achieve this. But this is so frustrating that I can't even simple posting. I can't, Simple posting is really complicated. Editing the post, I don't know, it ignores my, I don't know why it ignores this. Why does it ignore what I put here, man? Why? 92 cents. Why do you do this? I don't understand. And why is there no settings? Freaking hell, man. Can you please just work on this thing to make it like user friendly? I know you probably know hardcore WoW players for 10 plus years or 15 years of playing the game for 15 years, so they know this piece of software, and now they are like billionaires or something in the game, and they know this, they know TSM like the back of their hand. But come on, man, software doesn't need to be so unuser friendly. This is just so unuser friendly. I don't understand why make things that way. Why is it not responding to the price I'm putting, responding to the settings that I want to set, responding to even, sometimes it even fails to respond. As you can see, it fails to respond to me trying to post that thing. It's just so frustrating. I've never been so frustrated with a WoW add-on before. Like this one. I've been, and the thing is, I've been frustrated with the app for many years, like since 5-7 years ago when I first tried it, and it was just so hard to use, very, very difficult. The interface is so complex, so confusing, so alien. It's not like nothing that you can, this interface, I'm familiar with, how this works, like all these little things. And why is this up here? Like, for example, why is this button up here? I mean, this thing here, this is the thing I'm trying to post, yeah? Why not just put the button here? Like somewhere where I can see, undercutting competition, maybe edit, edit details or edit post or whatever. Why does it have to be up here, hidden? It's kind of hidden, up there. I know, there's white spider meat, there is some details, auctioning details, blah 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 up there. But that's not what I'm used to. I'm used to. What if I'm also like searching for like, there are several results here? Obviously, if there are several results here, my eyes are going to be focused on these rows. That's all I care about. I don't care about all these extra details. Unless I'm like an advanced user, I'm doing something advanced. I just care about this row and whatever other rows are available there, and the details I can see here. There should be a button here where I can edit, and it should be working. Like when I do try to edit the post, it should really work, man. It shouldn't do what it's doing right now, completely ignore what I put. And the settings are just not there. But yeah, this piece of app software has been so difficult to use for many years, and it clearly is still, and it's even more now. I mean, I think it improved now. Like the interface is a little bit better right now today, but as you can see, it's as frustrating as ever. For one reason or another, either the settings aren't there, it's just not responding. I can't like post easily. I can't edit the details of my post at all. Like, it's completely ignoring what I do give it. So yeah, I really hope that you can work on it. No offense, but I'm just frustrated with the piece of software because it is frustrating, to be honest, when a piece of software that you kind of need, I kind of have a need for it now to achieve what I want to do, just level up some professions as cheaply as possible. But yeah, and it's just not responding to what I want it to do, and it's so frustrating. So I really do hope that you set aside, as the developer or as the team of developers for this piece of software, you set aside a little bit of the profit or whatever return on investment you get, to just make it a little bit more user friendly. Hire, I don't know, someone from, it doesn't have to be someone fancy, just get on Upwork.com, for example, Upwork.com or some other freelance website like that, and hire a usability expert. A lot of people from all sorts of professions lost their jobs during this pandemic. So you will probably find a usability expert or a user interface they're usually known as usability experts, or like basically people who make who improve the user interface, the UI, and the UX, and the user experience. So they make the interface intuitive. You don't have to watch tutorials to figure out what you need to do, especially if you're already knowledgeable in a lot of other pieces of software. If you already know how to use computers and a wide variety of apps and pieces of software, then you should be able to pick up an app like this and figure out everything intuitively just by yourself. And a usability expert is going to help you basically put together this. And from my experience, from years of dealing with programmers and coders, they are some of the people least knowledgeable on the planet about usability user friendliness, literally. I don't know why, I don't know the reason or the secret for this, but literally programmers and coders tend to be the people least knowledgeable on this planet about user friendliness and UX and UI. They tend to make things overcomplicated. They tend to come up with these weird UIs that just confuse people and make people's lives harder. And I can see this in a lot of addons, in World of Warcraft. One of the classic examples is something I direly need, like tell me when, which is kind of like weak auras, for example. It's a very, very useful, and it's a crucial. I cannot play effectively basically without it, or at least some alternative, a weak auras alternative. And you can see that some of the, I do know, I eventually figured out how to use this. But yeah, you can see here, like another example of lack of user friendliness is the amount of, look at this, you go through this, these options, and then you have this pop-up menu, and you have to scroll up and down this pop-up menu, and you have to basically choose things that way. So if you have to first add the step this way, and then you have to go to this part, and then you have to go to this part, and then you have to change something here, and then you have to pick something here, and so on. Whereas a much user-friendly alternative would be just to do away with the pop-ups. Just get rid of these pop-ups, and you can make these things a bit smaller, for example, or use all the available space for you. So instead of them opening as a drop-down menu this way, which opens another drop-down menu, just offer the options here. And if you need to branch, if you need more branches, so basically, because this is like dealing with a console, or it's almost like I'm using a console to go up and down a list. I don't understand. World of Warcraft is not even available on consoles. Why are you using a console design concept on the PC? You don't need this on the PC. You can basically show me a list right here, and I simply pick. I don't need to go up and down a list. I can just see I can see everything in front of me right here, and then I can tick. You make me tick, or just I simply click buttons. So instead of this being a drop-down menu, just give me a list here that uses whatever space is available. So resources would be a button. It wouldn't be a list. It wouldn't be a part of a drop-down list. It would be a button. All right. This would be a button too, and so on and so forth. Give me all these buttons, and then I can pick. So once I pick, and say that I click on unit attributes. So now I have all these buttons, and I click on unit attributes. After I click on unit attributes, all these buttons, including unit attributes, disappear, and they get replaced by these buttons here. You see? So there's no drop-down menus from drop-down menus from drop-down menus and all that jazz. I just click once and I see a new list. And you can even make it even more user-friendly, where you allow the user to specify the buttons that you use the most, or you can even go one step further, and the piece of software can be so smart where basically it detects the buttons that are most used, and you can programmatically achieve this. You could basically say, if this button was used you basically sort the buttons by the number of times they were used. So this button is used the most, it becomes the one at the very top, followed by whatever else, classes and talents and so on. So the buttons themselves would show up either from up down or from the left to the right, sorted by the number of times they were used, so that the button that people use the most, or the specific user uses the most, is quickly accessible. They don't have to look for it through a huge list. It's just right in front of their eyes because they use it the most, or it's the third most used one, so they still don't have to look for it so much. It's still very readily available at the top of that list. So that's an example of how you can make a piece of software very user friendly. And I'm not even a usability expert. I've never worked in a usability expert. All I did was I read a book, or I read a few articles from this Swedish or Nordic usability expert. Well, he is a usability expert, like a world-renowned usability expert. I forgot his name, but something like Nielsen or something. He's a Nordic usability expert. I read his emails sometimes, and I read a book called "Don't Make Me Think" by Stephen Krug, I believe, if memory serves right. That's all I did, and then the rest is just common sense. I don't need to be an expert on anything. It's just common sense how I can improve the interface of a piece of software like this or an add-on like this. And the same thing can be applied to TSM. I know I'm talking about tell me when here, but the same thing can be applied. The same ideas can be applied to a piece of software like this. And yeah, definitely don't make, like when you're making a program like this, definitely don't make it so frustrating to use. Don't make it completely ignore the user's input. Like look, I'm clicking here. Why is, see, you're just missing chances. You see, I instinctively did this. You know what I did? I just came here and I double clicked here. I literally double clicked on this row instinctively without even knowing the software. You know why I did this? I did this because I expected it to respond. I don't have to go up here and click this freaking hidden button that I don't know why even place it there. I don't understand why place this button there. Why not place it right here where I'm looking, especially if there are like lots of results. If there are so many results up here, don't make me click on the result and then click here. Just making me double click on the thing, man. Just make me double click on the row I want to edit, or even click if click is not used. The only reason I would need to double click is if click is already used for something. But you're there's nothing doing. Clicking here doesn't do anything. Click is literally not used. Why not use it? Just make me click on the row to edit it, okay? If click is already used for something, then make me double click. Because this is a computer. It's not a freaking console with a gamepad, Yeah. So, and when I do, figure out how to use it, yeah, please don't make the software completely ignore what I'm doing. Invalid price. Why is this an invalid? Okay, so now I see. Another problem, another example of lack of user friendliness, just so you don't think that all this frustration is unfounded. No, it is founded. You're showing me the message here. I know that this is something that a lot of add-ons do, but you have a desktop, a separate desktop app, yeah? You have add-ons, several modules, like one main add-on and then several sub add-ons or modules and stuff. You really can't show me the error message here, for example? Is this like, I don't know, is this like impossible? Instead of showing this to me here, why not just do like websites do? Like when you fill a form, when you are on a website and you try to fill a form and you fill and you get like a you get this I know, yeah, by the way, good work on highlighting this in red. So yeah, I'll give credit where it's due. You highlighted this in red, but still this alone isn't enough sometimes. So instead of putting the error message here, TSM invalid price, just put it here in red, especially in red color. So you can put it here like in small red color, or if there's space here, you can show it. But I guess here, just use whatever space, make it easy for the user to figure out what's going on. I put this price here, okay? Yeah, I can't, and as you can see, I don't know why I can't edit stacks. Maybe this is, okay, maybe this is by the game itself. You know, it's impossible because of the game. Okay, fair enough. But what about the quantity? Why can't I click on quantity? Why can't I just sell just one? You know, I don't understand, man. I really don't understand. Why can't I sell just one? It's bizarre. All right. I'm not saying that I should do this. I mean, by the way, another thing about, yeah, I remember this. This is something that was a nightmare many years ago in TSM, and I believe I sent feedback about this. I said why I think TSM was made by default to basically post one. So like in bars, I remember these days, man. And that's one of the reasons I completely uninstalled. I boycott. I remember I literally boycott TSM. Yeah. Now I remember another thing. So you see that all this frustration and that I'm speaking with, I knew it had something to do other than these frustrations that I'm having right now. I remember the days when you actually had the default TSM by default would basically, you'd have like iron bars or copper bars or whatever bars, okay, and then you're posting them, and TSM by default would post them one by one. You would put like literally one copper bar or one iron bar and then a second, and you would post like 50, 60 bars like that. You know, the add-on literally did this. And I would go on the auction house, and I see all these bars, like one bar, like I have to scroll down all the way until I can find stacks, and I'm collecting one, you know, all these bars one by one, you know, in order to buy, and I have to buy like 200 bars or something like that, and I buy them one by one like that. That was a freaking nightmare, man. It was a freaking nightmare. And when I eventually found out that it's TSM that made these users, you know, basically commit these freaking cyber crimes. Well, they are kind of cyber crimes because there's, you know, like you know, WoW in-game cyber crimes, because they are basically lagging. They are lagging everyone else's interfaces. They are basically sabotaging the time of everyone else. People who want to actually buy stacks, they don't want to waste time with these one single, you know, bars. You're sabotaging their time because you're wasting your time. You're literally wasting my time. I'm trying to save my time, not waste my time, especially with administrative things like, you know, buying crafting ingredients and crap like that in a game. It's supposed to be fun. We're not doing this as a job. We're not doing this as something to I don't know, make real life money here and investments. We're just trying to have fun, man, okay? So, and you're literally sabotaging my time. If I have to go through hundreds upon hundreds of one bar, or one piece of ore, or one piece of herb, you know, for herbalism, one piece of herb after another, hundreds upon hundreds of times, especially back when the game's interface couldn't handle this, like the game's interface didn't put them all together. At least Auctionator wasn't there, or I wasn't using it to see everything together. It was a nightmare. It really was a nightmare, and it sabotaged my time. It was so annoying, and I remember it was so annoying that I actually boycott TSM. I uninstalled it, and I vowed to never use it until this is sorted. So yeah. So now you're doing the opposite or something. I don't know why are you forcing me? I know I shouldn't be posting one piece of meat at a time. I appreciate this, but you know, what about this? What about, okay, let's try the 7 here. Yeah, as you can see, once again we're back to I can't post it, man. I just can't right click. I can't shift right click. I can't freaking post that thing. Can you imagine? Can you see? I can finally do it, you know. I don't know what changed, by the way. I have no idea what changed. I just don't know. But yeah, finally I can actually, you know, try to post this. So we have a lot of quantities here, and there is 9 and there is 6. So if I post, I'm assuming I'm gonna undercut, and I don't know. I can't go to settings to basically specify my own undercutting. But yeah, I can't. Wow. Oh my God. I can't. I actually can't. I don't see edit post. Wow. and I have to come. So okay, so I can see, one click doesn't do anything here. Double clicking opens some sort of drop down menu. Okay, so you use double clicking, okay, but clicking is still not used. You can still allow me to click here in order to edit this, but you know, but lo and behold, we actually cannot edit. Edit post doesn't even show up. Can you see that? I can't specify my own. I can't specify anything. I can only post. I cannot edit the post. The button isn't there. Wow, this is new. I mean, this is something to be added to all the feedback that I've been sharing here. Why can't I edit the post, man? Why can't I pick? I don't understand. Oh, okay. So you expect me? Okay, I remember now. The first time I clicked post. Yeah, there it is. There it is. So now it shows up. But this is not clear from the button, man. This is not clear. A post, I would assume, just like, because this button, I'm pretty sure this button works to automatically post. I mean, you know this. If I click post at other times before getting this, I'm going to automatically post. So now you're confusing the user too. You're confusing the user. At one time, you're making this button work immediately, no feedback, no chances to revise anything, okay? And then in another time, you're making the same exact button pop up this thing. Why? I don't understand. Why do you go for these confusing design concepts? Why do you confuse the users, man? Freaking hell. And here I can specify the max or whatever. So let's say I wanna. This is acceptable to post a 5 stack instead of a 10 stack or a 20 stack or whatever, and then I can post now. But I don't want to do this anyway. But yeah, let's try to reduce the buyout to 9. Once again, buyout price is here. Is invalid price. Yeah, and as I said, instead of showing the error here, maybe you can show it here in small LED. You can show it in both places. Why not? Yeah, show it here and show it here in small text, so that, you know, if the small red text is not readable, you know, the user maybe can look down here and in a font that they can control the size of and everything. But yeah, why is this? I don't understand. Why is this not valid? It's not vendor. Yeah, vendor selling price is 1 silver and 50 copper. So why is 9 silver invalid? Yeah, why is this invalid? I don't understand. All right, why is living steel invalid? The market price that I want to sell 373 gold. Why is that invalid? I don't understand. Why would you limit? I mean, I understand you might want to protect the user from doing something as silly as selling something for less than vendor price, because they can actually vendor it for more. But guess what? Even if someone wants to do this, like if someone insists, you shouldn't be basically limiting them. Like if someone basically says, okay, I know that I can sell this meat for 1 silver and 50 copper at the vendor. I know this, but I actually want to sell it for 1 silver. I intentionally want to do this because I'm so filthy rich and I want to help out people who are, leveling up their cooking. This is what I want, man. Why do you have to enforce your will on me if this is what I want? So even if someone insists, I appreciate that you would warn someone. Like, so if I click here, if I try to sell this for 1 silver, okay, 1 silver, I understand. Okay, so you can tell me in red, with red text and a red exclamation mark, this is less than vendor price. Okay, but then you should give me a button that says, I understand that I can make more money from this, but I want to post anyway. Something like that, or a tick. You can give me a square to tick here. The square says, I understand that I can sell this at the vendor for more, but I want to sell it for loss. I want to sell it for loss anyway. I tick this, and then this button becomes, instead of being grayed out, it can become activated, and I can sell it anyway. Same thing with here, this living steel weapon chain, and now it's now edit post is not working, so I have to click here. As I said, just clicking or double clicking on the bar should open up some sort of, or some sort of edit button. But as I said, editing, you know, a button and a bar. So either clicking the button or clicking the bar should really work, man. I should be able to basically just change the quantity, and then, as I said, because you can, as you can see here, regional sale average is 373. So yeah, why is this invalid? You know, why not just explain invalid price? Why? Put the reason here, or put the reason here. And as I said, make me tick on a box, in a box that says, I understand your reasoning for saying or for claiming that this is an invalid price, and I want to sell it. I want to sell this item for this price anyway. I tick this box, and then I can finally click this button, because it's my game and it's my freaking product, man. I can sell it for whatever price I can sell it for, okay? But yeah, just, you know, preventing me from selling the thing, getting rid of this thing that won't be sold. I you know, forcing me to eventually go and sell it at the vendor for how much? Vendor price? Where's the vendor price, man? Where is the vendor price? Did you also hijack the vendor price selling? I really don't understand. Like this thing here, can we see the vendor price? Yeah, sell price 4.48. Is that like, oh my god, that's there it is, sell, yeah, TSM general info. Okay, yeah, vendor sell price one silver. What about here? TSM general info. Yeah, so yeah, for living steel chain, weapon chain, the TSM general info is missing the vendor price. Is that because vendors will never buy this? Let's check it out. But yeah, why is this not telling me the vendor price, man? Like if I take this just one, and you also took over the vendor. Okay, I mean this if you're going to buy me the materials I need to craft my recipes automatically with this interface, I'll be thankful for this. But if you're not doing that, then I don't know why take over the vendor interface. I don't understand. But yeah, let's try to sell. The merchant doesn't want that item. Okay, fair enough. So that's why you didn't show the... Alright, fair enough. But, you know, instead of me having to go and check in TSM general info, I think it would also be user-friendly and helpful to say not both. Like, you know, to basically come up with a short-term, something like, I don't know. I know it's not an English word, but you know, venderable, something like that. Just come up with a short expression. Or vendors don't want this item. You can put like here under TSM general info. You can put vendors don't want this item, or it's not venderable, something like that. You know, where people can understand, players can understand that they actually won't be able to vendor this item. But yeah, this situation with not being able to actually sell this thing for whatever price I want to sell it for. This is just bizarre, man. You know, not being able to set this for this is just bizarre, especially without telling me the reason and without giving me an option to override your rule, your default app's rule, not giving me an option to override the details. This is just really annoying. And I'll do my best to see if TSM can help me, as I said, can help me level up at least cooking, Shadowlands cooking as cheaply as possible. Like here it's showing me the profit. Yes, I understand, but how about showing me the estimated cost? Here it is. So that's good, but you know, instead of showing me the profit, just the profit here, maybe you can also show me the, you know, you can show me the estimated cost. Where is the estimated cost? I mean, why do I have to? You're already, I mean, I don't have to add this. I don't have to add this to the queue. You see, I don't have to add this to the queue. You're already showing me the profit. So why not show me the cost of crafting? I'm not interested in profit at this point. I'm interested in the cheapest that I can level up, man. I understand people who use this piece of software are just focused on you know, profiting, making more gold and stuff. But you know, the add-on can still be very, very useful for people like me, as I said, people who just want to save gold while leveling up a profession. So just show me the cost. Why do I have to add this? You are in shape. Wow, I can't even. Okay, so I can queue at least. Can I queue without shapeshift? Yes, I can I can queue. So now you're probably showing me the total, isn't it? Yeah, estimated cost. So 4 gold. So now I have to look at this. 4 gold, and add this by itself. 127. So see what I mean here? So this is, I mean, this is probably going to be faster. This is still faster than doing this manually, but this is what I need, man. I needed another, like, I don't know, can I make this wider? Yeah, making it wider doesn't make a difference, unfortunately. You're not adding a new, can I add a new column? It doesn't look like it. Hide, here it is. Crafting cost. Ah, great. Thank God, man. As you can see, I figured this out on my own. Luckily, by looking at these 3 dots here, this is kind of recognizable as something that allows you to do something like that. But another option was to right click here. This is my first instinct was to right click somewhere here, somewhere here, like any of these. Right click. I wanted to right click this and bring up a list of other columns that I can add, basically, because that's how it works in Excel. I know, like, I can add a new column. Obviously, in Excel it's a blank column, but because this is a piece of software with specific columns, then why not just allow it anyway, because it works like that in Excel. So crafting cost, great. Now I know now I know that this. Can I sort by? It doesn't look like it, so I can't. So I tried it now. So I said right clicking. I expected right clicking to allow me to add or remove columns, and I expected clicking to allow me to sort by this. So I wanted to basically I wanted to sort these by. So yeah, just close everything else. Yeah, just Shadowlands, and then I wanted to click crafting cost. I know I can see with my eyes right now, but if you have dozens upon dozens of recipes, then sorting by crafting cost would have been really, really, appreciated. I don't know if there's something that I can figure out. Hide columns. So this is just about hiding, lock, reset table, create groups from table. Yeah. I don't know. It's not responding to my clicks or right clicks. And I don't know if. So yeah, I don't know, to be honest, if I can sort by, but I would have really wanted to at least sort. I can't sort by profit. I can't sort by crafting cost, which is unfortunate. I would have wanted to sort by crafting cost for when there is like a long list here of so many products. But right now, because there's just 5 products, I can see that the cheapest would be the meaty apple dumplings, which is good to see, at least that I can see that. So now I know that this will help me. This will help me in leveling up many of my professions in Shadowlands, for which I'm grateful. But to be honest, I don't see myself using TSM for anything other than that, because it's just for that definitely not for auctioning. I don't see myself using this at all for auctioning. And this is supposedly its main purpose. Its main purpose is to auction, make profits and what have you. So. And my reasons, as I said, it's just this works sometimes, by basically posting works sometimes and doesn't work sometimes. I don't know if there's some sort of trick. Like, do I have to, like, this would be too much work, to be honest, like clicking and dragging, clicking and then placing it here, placing it there. This is just too much work, man. I would have wanted to, and the settings don't work. I would have wanted to right click just to post, and obviously I want to also be able to post for whatever price I want. I don't want you to lock me from selling for whatever price because it's invalid according to you, especially when you're not telling me why it is invalid and how can I make it valid, by changing rules or whatever. But yeah, and the settings aren't working, unfortunately. I'll try to look this up. Maybe there is a way to change this invalid price BS in the settings, but unfortunately they're just not working, man. There's nothing happening by when I click here. I look this up. I'll say TSM gear icon not working on Google, see what comes out. But yeah, this is just for now anyway, some of my feedback about how TSM is currently in its current basically state. I hope that my feedback was useful, even if it was like harsh here and there and angry, frustrated because of my user experience, being frustrated with it. But at least I do hope that you can look beyond my tone and just pick up the useful things, some of the useful information, some of the things that will actually make you profit. I'm pretty sure you as a team of developers or as the sole developer is very focused on profit. You would like to profit in game, and you would also like to profit in real life, real life money. And I'm pretty sure that some of my feedback, or maybe even a lot of it, will really help you make a lot more real life money with premium subscriptions and stuff like that. I myself would gladly subscribe or pay for a premium if I can see that that TSM really is user friendly. It helps me achieve what I want to achieve intuitively without looking at hours upon hours of tutorials and reading manuals and all that crap. That is basically useful for a complete newbie to maybe software or programs or PC programs, but it should be intuitive for people who are experienced with the game and experienced with PC applications. Generally speaking, it should be intuitive. People should be able to intuitively, just instinctively be able to achieve things. They should the program should basically respond to their clicks and right clicks and stuff like that, things that they are used to. So as I said, in the columns part, I right clicked on the columns to try to add a new column, and the app should respond to this. It should respond and allow me to do this. I appreciate you might have limitations set by the game itself, by Blizzard, by the Lua programming language. I don't know the details of this. If you have limitations like that, I can understand this. But if not, then yeah, I think maybe you can use the desktop application for this. If you have limitations when it comes to the in-game interface set by the Lua programming language or by Blizzard, then maybe you can use your desktop app, the desktop application itself to give these options to your users. Maybe your users can basically export, like get some results from the in-game interface, export these results to a file, which then gets imported even automatically by the desktop app. And once these results get imported by the desktop app, then the users can use the desktop app to achieve what they want to achieve. Right click columns to add them, click columns to sort by prices, and so on and so forth. Making the desktop app synchronize with the in-game add-on in ways like this to overcome or to circumvent any limitations set by Blizzard or by the Lua programming language would be a great solution. But I do hope that some of my feedback, as I said, can be used to make the program itself a lot easier to use, a lot more responsive, and also to remove these limitations, because ultimately, people don't like their freedom to be controlled that way. Like I want to be free to sell my living steel thingy for 373 gold, man. I want to be free to sell it for that price. Definitely. I don't want the interface to stop me from doing that. And then you could say, well, you could answer and say, well, you can turn on the WoW UI if you don't like that, which this is I believe, yeah, this is the WoW EU. Yeah, which is great, but am I gonna be able? Yeah, I can still see. Yeah, I can still see the region sale value here. So I can say, well, I can set it as quantity of 1 and 373, or let's try to sell 3 for 373. 24 hours, create auction. Bam! Thank you so much. You see how easy that was, like nice and smooth, no complications, no being locked out of my freedom to sell for whatever price I want to sell for. Yeah, I can use the default auction interface for that, but why? You know, why you want me to be more familiar as a user, as any user, whether new or experienced user. You want me to be more familiar with your interface. You want your interface to become likable to me, so I can eventually depend on it, which means that I will eventually be very tempted to actually pay for a premium, isn't it? So it means more profit, basically, when your software is intuitive. It's basically friendly regardless to the user level. People can figure out things on their own and achieve many things on their own. Of course, I appreciate tutorials will be needed if someone actually wants to make serious money. If someone wants to make serious gold out of this, yes. In this case, I will have to get on YouTube, watch tutorials, or get on your website, read the help files, study not just read, study the help files properly to really, get the most benefit that I can get from your app. I appreciate this. But if I want to, as I said, if I want to accomplish simple things like post this thing, okay, like post any item, really, like auction any item, if I want to sell for a specific price anyway, regardless of your warnings, okay, if I want to find out, if I want to find out the cheapest items to craft, things like that, these things need to be user friendly. So I would also recommend that you put this by default. So the crafting cost, I would recommend you add the crafting cost column by default, not just the profit, okay? Because this means that your app or your add-on is going to be useful to a wider range of users, including users like me who don't care about putting so much time into this kind of in-game gold profit, but they can use the benefit of saving whatever gold they have already, if you see what I mean. So basically, I get bored from studying, like treating the game like some sort of accounting simulation. I get bored from this. I don't want to treat World of Warcraft like an accounting simulation in order to make extra gold. But whatever gold I do make from Call of, as you can see, Call of Arms tanking. So I get this veiled satchel of cooperation. Sometimes it has about 1,000 gold. Whatever, this doing world quests with war mode on, just playing the game generally, doing many quests at maximum level, doing these things to already make gold, to make gold. Whatever gold I do have, I'd like to obviously save it. So if I can craft 40 items of this instead of 40 items of that, that will be very useful to me. So, and having this column already there instead of me having to figure out how to hide. And look at this also. This is another, I mean, you did give me the option. I was thankful for this, but this is unuser friendly. Hide columns. And guess what? Hide columns is the place where I can add columns too, because obviously I proved it. I actually went to hide columns and I picked crafting cost to add it. So this is also lack of user friendliness, because you are hiding a feature called adding columns under a feature under this label here, hide columns. So this is very misleading. This place is not just for hiding columns, it's for both hiding and showing columns. You could ask, well, this means I would have to have two lists, or basically if someone wants to hide columns, they would have to go somewhere, whereas this is easier here. I can click, or I can basically tick or untick something to add it or remove it from one list instead of having two lists. Yes, that argument is very valid. And then I would say, then what you need to do is change the label. So something like control columns, or you can actually say add/hide columns. That's it. Simple. Yeah, maybe it's not the prettiest phrase or whatever, but it works. Okay, it works. Add/remove columns. That's it. Very, very clear. Or add or show/hide columns. Whatever you like. Whatever is shorter or you like. Just make the label clear so that person comes here. That's it. They can untick something. So yeah, many examples of ways that the add-on can become much more user friendly, much more intuitive. People just instinctively can figure things out on their own, and I hope you can benefit from this and improve the software, the add-on, and the desktop app as a result. Thank you. If you actually were listening at all, I know this video has become very long at this point, but yeah, that's what I have. Thank you anyway, and hopefully talk to you at some point on better, better circumstances.